If Moses had not paid attention, the burning bush experience would have made no sense to him. Hi folks, my name is God's Gift Ejike, where I'm your host on Strategic Living Sessions. Welcome to another episode of Strategic Living Nuggets. What do you have in your hands? This was the question that we asked ourselves in our last podcast. This was God's question to Moses. We heard in our last podcast that it's been proven that everyone that has ended up becoming a person of worth, influence, and value has had to become these by using what was in their hands. And I said to answer the question, what do you have in your hands? One has to look inwards. In this podcast, I want to add that you have to look within and outside. That is, look within and look outside so as to fully maximize what God has blessed you with. Look inwards for gifts and abilities, then look around for knowledge and be aware of what is happening around you by observing. If Moses had not paid attention, the burning bush experience would have made no sense to him. It wouldn't have been a reference to be reckoned with today. Moses was aware of what was happening around him. Hence, God used his awareness to reveal himself to Moses. Samson killed 1,000 men with the jawbone of an ass. If he didn't take notice of the jawbone, maybe the story would have been different today. Look inwards and look outside. We are not handicapped, but circumstantial ignorance has made us look handicapped. Ignorance has defined most of us as such, but in reality, we are blessed with so much that it will require understanding for such depth of deficits that we carry about to be brought to the fore. Look within and look without. That's the catchword for today. Our text in our previous podcast, Matthew 25:14-18, which happens to be the parable of the talents as shared by Jesus, remains our text for today's nuggets. You see, as shared in our previous podcast, God in his magnanimous nature has endowed us with tremendous gifts, talents and abilities that if taken advantage of, no one should have an excuse for missing out on life and all that it has to offer. Look inwards for gifts and abilities, then look around for knowledge and be aware of what is happening around you by observing. Moses had a rod in his hands. Not only his rod, he also relied on secular training that he acquired in the king's palace to deliver Israel. Joseph attained heights because of his inherent gifts of interpretation of dreams and administration. The widow had a container of oil, but in ignorance she would have died in hunger. Jesus used the young boy's 5 barley loaves and 2 fishes to feed a multitude of men and women. Just imagine how these stories would have panned out if these individuals were ignorant of what was available in them and around them. Friends, think about this. There is something that you have been given. God did not leave you empty-handed. Look inwards and make use of what you find. That is where your miracle lies. To fully maximize what you have inside of you, you have to expose yourself to knowledge, and knowledge is sourced outside. The knowledge acquired enables you to tap into and fully utilize what is inside. Make up your mind on how to engage life this year, as humanity is waiting to hear your story. Remember, you have no excuse, as everything needed has been provided. Success beckons. Avail yourself of what you have been blessed with. My name is God's Gift Ejike, and we're your host on Strategic Living Sessions. Let someone know about this platform by sharing this video. By doing so, you never can tell who you are ignorantly empowering. Thanks so much for watching, and God bless us all.